And as you can see, we now have a report window for the fibers. We have two invalid fibers in the design. And if we look at the first fiber, we can bring up its properties. And you can see it an assigned wire gauge of 30. If we now open up the Data Table Explorer, you can see that the valid range for this model lies between 18 and 28, as shown here. To change a wire gauge property, you can either use the generated report window and click on the properties for each fiber and apply a data set through here. All we simply do is choose a valid wire gauge and assign that data set to the fiber. Or we can go into TermTable, click on the row assigned to the invalid fiber, which will then generate a report specifically for that fiber. And we can zoom straight to that. And also within TermTable, we can again use the Show button to highlight all the valid and invalid fibers, which are now shown red and green here. Again, moving into the properties for that fiber, we'll assign a valid dataset to that fiber before moving on to process the rest of the design. Once a fiber dataset has been changed, it may result in the terminators connected to that fiber now being invalid. If we click the Process button now, we'll see that to be the case. As you can see, we now have invalid terminators assigned, which the report window now shows. Moving back into TermTable, if we correct this and assign the valid terminators, we'll then hit the Process button again, and this will show us that all the terminators are valid, and also all the fibers are valid. And we can show this using the Show button, which highlights green to indicate that all of the fibers and the terminals are assigned correctly. This concludes the demonstration of the new functionality within TermTable version 2.5.